I always try to do something in generalizing. As a service member, you go in with training to be quick, fast, in a hurry, and to do stuff without hesitation, maybe because somebody could die. That's the type of life you live, whether it's in a desk or in the field, so it doesn't matter if you're a desk jock or not. And then the second part, not giving you an answer. I'm going to hit on some stuff, but I'm just going to give you the problem and maybe some things that we see, but not how I would prefer or pursue to correct it. One of the things that I heard from the reading was being preparedness. You know, in this play, AJAX was seeking help, whether he was saying negative things or positive things. He went back and forth, but in the end, he just wanted somebody to listen. People gave him their opinions or preached to him, but they didn't listen to him. He had a wife who cared about him, but was worried about what was going to happen to her, somewhat, with reason. But she wasn't prepared to help him. She didn't have that training necessary for a spouse to ease a veteran coming back home. And you had a friend who probably was his only friend. I'm not really sure, but Achilles, you know, anybody would want to be his friend, right? Almost in his combat. But he was gone, so he wasn't prepared. AJAX wasn't prepared for not having that stability in his life. And then you had colleagues who saw him as a leader, so they were prepared to tell their leader, hey, this is what, you're not acting right. This is what you need to do. Go seek medical help. So go seek these services. Here's a venue for you. They just weren't prepared. And then the theme too is what Brian mentioned earlier was the bureaucracy in the narration part was the bureaucracy of the problems that AJAX had to go through. You guys already know what he had the problem, but if we look at it in the veteran perspective, there's medical. You go for medical services, and if you look for mental health or PTSD, then you're generalized in a certain category. If you have a physical ailment, then you have to worry about what kind of medical assistance you're going to get, or how you're going to continue, what kind of job you're going to seek if for example, you're in a wheelchair. Then there's the services out there. A lot of the city or state, they have specific guidelines on how a veteran seeks assistance. So if somebody's less than 6 months out of the military, or only did 6 months or less than 6 months, then majority of the time they won't qualify for a lot of things. If somebody had mental problems or maybe had some issues before getting out and then got in trouble on his way and probably got a disorderly discharge, he probably won't receive many of the services that the other veterans would deserve to get, but because he got in trouble, it's gone. And then the last part is what's against the preaching. In the readings, you can hear everybody wanting to do something, but nobody said, you know, his wife is, after his wife came back, you know, instead, you know, she probably wasn't in the right mindset, and instead of saying, you know, when I'm assuming if a spouse says, you know, let's cover up the body and try to like hide this, somebody would say, look, how about you just relax and let me take care of the barrel stuff, let me take care of the